Hello. Hello, hello. Hi, how are you guys? I am so pumped up tonight. I hope you guys are too. I put a question in the chat room. I know you guys are all calling in from different locations, so you may not be able to see each other's answers, but I can see them. So tell me who you are. Tell me how far along you are. Tell me what number baby. Tell me all the goods. Let me see who you are, where you're coming from. Say hello. You guys, if you've never taken a live class with me, I need the help. I need the feedback. I want to hear from you guys. Hello, hello. I am so excited about this class tonight. I was outside talking to my neighbor who is pregnant and my other neighbor who has a baby. And I am just so grateful that I get to be a part of all of your journeys. So thank you for giving me an hour of your time. Say hello. Where are you guys? Hi, Kelly. How are you? Hello, Kayla. Hi. Hi, Chessa. Hi, Julie and Kendra. Hello, first baby Georgia, Oregon, from France. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited you're here. Kendra, yay, she's 39 weeks. Dia is from California. First time mom to be. Hi, Anna from North Carolina. First live class. I love it. Nicole from San Antonio. Jenny from Maryland, and she's praying for number 2. Praying with you, girl. Sarah from Houston, pregnant with my first at 31 weeks. Sarah, I did a travel assignment outside of Houston in Baytown one time. Taylor from Texas. Oh, I love the way you spell your name, Taylor. Poppy. Oh, I love that name. I really wanted to name my little girl Poppy, but my husband would not go for it. 34 weeks pregnant, first baby, having a boy. And then I've got a mama from Arlington with 38 and 2, Alabama, Ashley from Minnesota, Nadia from 20 weeks, first baby, Aaron from Las Vegas, 32 weeks, and Poppy's from Oklahoma. Lexus is from California, 20 weeks with second baby. I would love to live in California, you guys. That's where I worked most of my career as a travel nurse, was in California. I love it. Stephanie from California as well. Oh, and Thea is from the UAE. Oh my gosh, my dream on my bucket list. Caitlin from Utah, 14 months postpartum, 1 baby, just loved the class. Oh, Caitlin, I love it. Ashley from Tennessee, me too, girl. Here I am in Nashville, 37 weeks. We're actually planning for my students, maybe just people who just follow me, some kind of get together in Nashville. Nadia from Pennsylvania. All right, you guys, I want to try to keep this to an hour. Sometimes I get hyped up and I go too long, but I'm going to try. So let's go ahead and get started. I am so excited. I will end up turning off my camera because I do so much better if I am not if I'm not seeing myself. I'm making sure that this is actually over there on Instagram. Let me make sure it's live streaming over on YouTube for my YouTube mamas. Let me make sure it should be, but who knows? I don't know. Let's see. I'm not seeing it. So, okay. Anyway, you guys, if you know me at all, you know I stink at tech. So that's that. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Today, we're going to be talking about 3 really powerful ways that you can overcome your fear. And by taking hold of these different ways, you're going to have a much faster, smoother birth. And that is evidence-based, scientifically proven. I have one of those fruit flies flying in front of my face. Okay, so this workshop is absolutely for you if you are really afraid of all the unknowns about birth. If you want to get rid of them and you want to feel confident and stop freaking out, stop getting anxious. This workshop is totally for you if you're worried you might lose control during birth and not cope. If any of these stand out, give me a little hand emoji or raised hand, something, or type me. This workshop is for you if you want to be the one leading your decisions during your birth. You better want to be that person. You should be that person. Okay, this workshop is not for you if you are planning to just show up and wing your birth. No, no, no. This workshop is also not for you if you're like absolutely okay with everyone else making all the pivotal decisions for your birth. Okay, so let me just tell you a little bit. I'm going to turn off my camera because it just makes it easier. So, what sets this live training apart from all the other ones that you guys can choose from is that we're not just going to talk about theories, we're going to dive into some practical real strategies that my 16 years as a high risk labor and delivery nurse and a mama of 7, I bring a depth of experience that's both professional and personal. And the techniques and the insights that we're going to be talking about today are ones that I've used over the course of my career with my patients, with my friends who have asked me to be in their birth, and for my own birth. These are not just textbook ideas, these are proven ideas, proven techniques that get result. I have not only implemented them in countless high risk scenarios, but also personally did them myself. And every piece of advice and technique I have used with my students, with my patients, and for me. So get ready to learn some effective, actionable things that can support your birth. Okay. The goal today, my big goal, is to show you how you can embrace your birth by understanding it, being prepared for it, and feeling less fearful about it. So if you're ready to be the boss of your birth, if you're ready to get started, now I want to see you guys doing this. Type me. Type me if you're ready. I'm going to wait on some of you guys, okay? Because I'm going to give you some tools to feel brave and get ready to take the next step. I've only got an hour with you, and there's so much more to learn. So at the end, I'm going to show you some really cool extras that you can keep learning about your birth, and some bonuses and an offer. So if you're ready to rock your birth, I need to see who's ready to be the boss of the birth. There we go. I've got Anna and Chessa and Melissa and Thea and Sophia and Anna and Ashley and Sierra and Jessica and Talia from Virginia. Are you ready, Talia? Diane, Brenda, Sarah, Kendra, Kate, Haley, Poppy, Nicole, Talia. Yes. All right. I am so excited. We are going to learn some really simple but powerful strategies. I'm so excited. Make sure you guys have a cup of ice. If you don't have a cup of ice, you need a cup of ice. Okay? Don't forget, get your cup of ice. We're going to do an experiment here in a minute. I also have a special gift for you guys if you stay to the end. I am such a gift giver. If you guys decide to take the next steps with me, you'll figure that out super quick. But I have a really cool 3rd trimester prep plan for you with some extra goodies inside of it. So I went out on the floor the very first time as a brand new labor and delivery nurse. I'm going to turn this back on real quick. I had my cute little scrub jacket. I had all my cute little matching things, my brand new stethoscope that I had bought for this occasion. I went to nursing school to be a labor nurse, not a nurse. I did not want to do anything but labor. I did do med surg for a year to get some experience, and then I went to labor and delivery. So I step out, I'm off of orientation. You're on orientation for about 4 to 5 months as a labor and delivery nurse. Just so you know, it's a long orientation. So I'm on my own, and I am so ready to tackle everything, right? And I hit the floor running. I was so excited. I loved it so much. You know, I had taken all the classes the hospital provided, super excited. But I had this nagging feeling inside of me because I knew that birth was supposed to be a little different than what I was seeing, and seeing it from the other side and realizing that a lot of times these doctors were not being forthright, and like the options they were pushing onto these moms were not best for them. And so I found myself throughout my career getting more and more frustrated, more and more tears. And I had a pivotal patient, and I start to tear up every time I talk about this because she changed my life too. Because my life has completely changed. So I had this patient, I was working in California, and they came in. She was in spontaneous labor, which means she went into labor on her own. She wasn't induced. I knew her provider was really what we call C-section happy. And I knew that her provider would take any reason to take her back to the OR. And she was an older mom, first baby, super excited. And her partner was precious. They were just so much fun to labor with. I was in the room the whole time. And I taught them everything I could to prepare them for the possibility that this doctor would start coercing them, because I knew it would happen. I knew it with this doctor. And it always stinks as a labor and delivery nurse when you have patients that come in, you love them to death. They love their provider, but you know that their provider is actually really a little bit of a bully. Even though they come across really nice, they push a lot of patients into the OR. And so I knew that. So I stayed there as long as I could. And finally, my charge nurse was like, well, let me go back a little. So the doctor comes in, and I could tell she was starting to push, like, you've been laboring so long. We're not having a lot of change, and I'm getting worried. So I knew she was going down the path, right, to push her towards a C-section. So I just stayed in the room. I only had her, that she was my only patient that day. And then my charge nurse came in because I had to take a break, like by law, had to take a break. So, and I was a travel nurse. I didn't really know like how much I could say. So I went and I took my break. And when I came back from my break, the doctor had already gone in and gave her the little spiel. I'm sure it went like this. It's been a long while. I'm supporting you, but it's taking a lot longer than it should. And we just don't want to have an emergent situation. So I really want you to start thinking about going back for a C-section. I know it isn't what you want. I knew she did something like that. So I tried to support them. And then my next break, I came back and they were scrubbing up and taking her back to the OR. And I sat in my car before I went back to where we were staying and bawled. I still get choked up when I think about this. And especially so because I just went to one of my doulas. She gave birth 4 weeks ago, and I went to be her doula. And I watched the same thing happening, and it's happening everywhere. And this is why I do what I do. And what I realized, what I came to that morning, was I had to do something else. So I started my blog, and it took off. And then in 2019, I started on Instagram, and that just exploded. I launched my first full birth course in 2020, and I've had like 10,000 women that I've educated over the last 5 years. And it's been incredible, and just get the most amazing messages and emails, and just such a joy and a journey. But my big realization was that I had to create an online birth course based on my 16 years of expertise. And that proved to be the most effective way to help the most women have their ideal birth. Because when I'm your labor nurse at your bedside, my hands are tied. So I created my birth courses, and here I am. Okay. If you leave with nothing else, I want you to leave with this. Birth is a natural process. You do not have to have the medical team for birth to happen. It's nice to have us if there's an emergency or a necessary intervention. Yeah, it's good to have us. It's good to have my 16 years of experience right next to you, right? But birth is a natural process, and your body is made to give birth. It's beautifully designed. And as long as everything's going the way it should, you do not have to have all the things. All you need is you and baby. So I want you guys to soak that up. Soak it up. Birth is a natural process. Okay. Why'd I turn that off? I don't want that off yet. All right. I want you guys to show me that you have your ice by giving me an ice emoji or saying ice, ice, baby, something. Tell me that you have your ice. Let me see. Where's the ice? Everybody have their ice? I'm going to give you a second to get it. I want to really honor your time tonight. Hi, Catherine, 13 weeks from Las Vegas. And Caitlin, I love it. Love, love, love. Does anybody have their ice yet? Get your cup of ice. I gave you lots of warnings in your emails. Ice, ice, baby. All right. I like it. Come on, bring it. I'm going to wait just a little bit longer. We're going to do an exercise. Don't eat your ice because you're going to need it at the end of the class as well. So you need to have your cup of ice the whole class. Yay. All right. Perfect. Such a cooperative group of mothers tonight. My favorite. Okay. I want you to pick up the ice and put it in your hand. I want you to hold it up by your, like up by you. It's going to drip a little. That's okay. Good job, Haley and Mary Jo. And I want you to hold it nice and tight. And I want you to tell me what you start feeling. I want you to describe it. Like, is it burning? Is it stinging? Is it sharp? Is it dull? What kind of pain do you feel? What kind of pain are you feeling? Good job, Poppy. Is it sharp? Is it burning? Is it getting intense? Are you wanting to drop it? Tell me the truth. I want to see what you guys are saying. How does it feel to you? Sharp, stinging, burning? What are you feeling? Burning? All right, Catherine, you're the first. Lead the way. What else are you guys feeling? Chessa said sharp. Jessica said stinging. Yeah. Okay, put it down. I want you guys to think about this on a scale of 0 to 10. Like, how would you rate that? It stings. Nicole said burning, stinging, sharp, burning. So burning and stinging, pretty good. So I want you guys to keep that in your brain, okay? We're going to go on. All right. Hopefully you guys can, if anybody has a problem hearing me, let me know, okay? This is important. So I want you guys to hear this. Your most powerful birth tool is probably not what you think. Your most powerful birth tool is your voice. Your voice is the most powerful voice in the birth. It's you, and it's in different ways than you think. Okay. Not just the voice that you're using to advocate, but the voice that's going on inside of your head. And that's what we're going to talk about right now. You have to start changing your perceptions that birth is scary. I need to be afraid. Oh my God, it's going to come. It's going to happen. There's nothing I can do. I just have to get through it. Oh my gosh, I need to be afraid. No, you need to take charge. Flip the script. Take charge by understanding what your body is doing, how it works during labor. This is so stinking important. Having a positive, empowered mindset can completely change your birth, completely change your birth. This is one of the most important things that you can learn. You have to be prepared mentally for your birth. Birth is 90% mental, ladies. 90%. I can always tell the difference between a patient who loses it and those who don't are the ones who have the ability to refocus their mind. They're able to tell themselves, I can do this. I've got it. We believe what we tell ourselves. This is proven, you guys. This is absolutely scientifically proven that our thoughts can affect our experience. We believe what we tell ourselves. So you can begin to practice for your birth, start speaking positive affirmations over yourself right now. And then that will become second nature during the birth experience. And it will absolutely profoundly shape your birth. Every day, remind yourself, I'm a birth queen. I have rights. I can take charge of this experience. I know you guys can do this. Change your inner voice dialogue. And it's been shown that you can change what you think about something or what you're telling yourself by saying 3 positive things to yourself per day. We believe what we think to ourselves. So if you're thinking negative thoughts, fearful thoughts, anxious thoughts, if you're thinking like, oh my God, it's going to be horrible. Oh my goodness, I know what happened to Susie down the street and I'm going to have a terrible birth too. Stop focusing on the negative stories. Focus on the truth. Start retraining your brain. So right now, I want you guys out loud where you're sitting to say, I am powerful. I can birth this baby. I have nothing to fear. So the next thing we're going to talk about is limiting beliefs. When it comes to your mindset and what you're telling yourself, you cannot bring these into your room. Limiting beliefs about birth are negative thoughts that are holding you back. They make you doubt your ability. They make you feel scared about the birth. These beliefs usually come from past experience, come from people around us, what they've told us, what society tells us, what social media and movies tell us, or hearing negative stories over and over again. Maybe you heard a horrible birth story throughout your life over and over again, but they can be very hard to recognize and change because we often don't even know that we're thinking them. So it could be things like this. It could be something like, I cannot handle the pain of labor. I am not going to be able to handle the pain of labor. I know I won't be able to handle the pain of labor. If any of these resonate with you, if any of these are something you've told yourself, tell me in the chat. Give me an emoji, like a hand over the face, or type me something. If any of these limiting beliefs are yours, I won't be able to handle the pain of childbirth. No way. I should not question my doctor. That is not okay. You should not question your provider. I won't be able to handle the labor pain without an epidural. I really want to go unmedicated, but I won't be able to handle it. If I plan for a certain type of birth, it's going to go all wrong. So why plan at all? Come on, you guys, where are you? If any of these resonating with you, any of these limiting beliefs, where are you? The medical staff will just think I'm being difficult if I ask too many questions or if I have too many birth preferences. I don't want to be that person. Caitlin said she had a bad induction and then C-section experience. So that's her biggest fear, is needing another one. Oh, Caitlin, that's exactly why I launched the VBAC Lab birth course, just for people like you. Definitely my thoughts at first, Sarah said. Okay, so we have to transform our limiting beliefs, and you can do this. Having the right mindset doesn't just make you stronger, it completely changes the way that you approach the entire birth process. Instead of spending energy worrying about what scares you and those what ifs that hover in your mind, you need to start focusing on what you can control. This shift in focus empowers you, and then you'll be able to handle all the twists and turns, any challenges that come your way, and you'll be confident and calm. This is why I named my birth class Confident or Calm Labor, Confident Birth. Remember, when you control your mind, you are strengthening your expectations and changing the situation. It's so powerful what you have right there. So this is one of my students. This is Sarah. She was a Calm Labor, Confident Birth student. And she said, I want to say thank you for helping me achieve my empowered birth. I got my dream birth, and I plan on doing this with my future birth and pregnancies. Her favorite tool inside the courses was the mindset and provider communication tools. Okay, so let me just break this down like an easy talk. This was a study that was done. And basically, if you go into birth feeling positive and believing that your body knows what it's doing, that birth is a natural process. Remember, we started the class out with that. I hope you wrote it down. You're likely to have a smoother experience with less medical experiences or interventions. On the other hand, if you're more focused on the medical side of things, thinking you'll need lots of help to get through it, you might end up needing more interventions. So the vibe you bring into your labor room can truly shape your birth experience. Keep that in mind. Okay, this is another one of my students, and this was so great. She had planned out this beautiful laboring at home, but her labor came on fast and furious. And her husband, who also took the L&M birth class with her, was so supportive, kept telling her that everything was going to go smoothly. And boy, did it. My husband reminded me that we were made to do this. The nurses were also amazing and were encouraging me the whole time. I pushed 3 times and he was born at 9:21. So she was baby number 1. She took Calm Labor, Confident Birth class, and she came to the weekly hangouts with me and the doulas. She said her favorite part of the birth class was the birth planning and the birth coach bonus class. So her plan was a medicated vaginal birth, but she did not get that because she labored way too fast and was not able to get her epidural. But I love the picture her husband took of her in the hallway. I'm sure a lot of family got that snapshot, and I got that snapshot. Okay, here's what I want from you guys right now. Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, I want you to think, how well have you been mastering your understanding, your beliefs about birth, and understanding that that could impact your experience? And I want you guys to commit. If you can commit, like if it resonates with you, committing to actively working on replacing your fears with truth, which will help your labor go faster and smoother. If you're ready to commit to that, type empower right now. Type empower. I won't move until somebody does. Oh, Lexus, I'm so glad you're here. Oh, Kayla, I know. I don't even understand that. Like, what in the world, right? What in the world? All right, who's ready to commit to replacing your fears and your mindset with truths? There we go. Yes, thank you, girls. All right, we're lagging a little. Now I can go. Okay, what if my fears are out of control, Trish? We're going to talk about that. Fear and anxiety can be very counterproductive to your birth experience. And I'm going to tell you why really quickly. So, when you're afraid, you get onto what is called the fear, tension, pain cycle. When we're afraid, hold on, I'm going to turn this back on. I like to use my body language. When we're afraid, our body gets tense and it makes everything feel more painful. Our bodies are designed amazingly to deal with an outside attack, with an attack, right? But labor is not an outside attack. Labor is your body. But when you're fearful and you're anxious and you don't know what's going on and you don't know how to move your body or you don't know how to breathe or what coping tool to use, and you get afraid, your body reacts the same way it would if someone were coming at you with a knife. And it goes into the fight or flight mode. When we go into the fight or flight mode, when we need to fight or flight, perfect, wonderful. That's wonderful. But when we're in labor, not so wonderful. So here's what happens. When you're in that mode, adrenaline goes up. Adrenaline pushes oxytocin down. Now, when we're in this mode, we can tell because blood and energy goes to our hands and our feet, which is away from our uterus. So it's totally not what we want to happen. Your muscles get tighter so you can react and fight. But that's not what we want to happen because we want them to loosen and relax so the baby can make the baby's way down. When you're in this fight or flight mode, this fearful tension, you're going to feel pain more intensely. You have an increased sensitivity to the pain and you're more aware of what's going on around you, which is absolutely not what we want. A mom who is tense and anxious and feeling more pain, she has a much higher pitched voice. And guess what happens? If adrenaline works against oxytocin, your labor progression can slow and stop. So oxytocin is also nicknamed the love hormone, right? There's a reason, because if you go into your birth with the right tools, knowing how to move, knowing how to breathe, what coping tools to use, and all the right things, you're going to go into a relax mode and have a calm birth. When you are relaxed in labor, your oxytocin flows. It's the love hormones, lady. You want the love hormone to flow because that then causes your muscles to relax. Oxytocin increases. When you're in this calm state, you're using tools, your mind is distracted. Yes, Jenny, 100%. Your mind is distracted and your sensitivity to the pain decreases. So you think, oh my gosh, I have that spelled wrong. Holy smokes. You think that the pain is not as bad as someone who is unprepared, who doesn't have tools, who doesn't have support, who doesn't have the knowledge to understand what's happening. So the signs of a calm and relaxed mama is a deep, low voice, relaxed muscles, oxytocin's flowing, labor's progressing perfectly or good or right for her. And she is just laboring in her zone. She's not paying attention to the environment. She's in her own world. That is what we want. That is what we need to have happen, right? We don't want to end up in the OR for failure to progress, because that is what happens to 1 out of 10 new moms. They label her failure to progress. 9 times out of the 10, ACOG states that it's really the hospital's problem, that they're not doing enough with you. So this is one of my students. This is Tiffany. She said, overall, I'm so happy with how things went. And I know it's because I was confident and calm. She took Calm Labor Confident Birth course. This was her first baby. Her favorite tool was our pain management A and B module with tools to use during labor. Her birth plan was a medicated vaginal birth, and she got it. And look at that precious baby. Oh my gosh. Tiffany was back in 2020, I want to say, when I first started. This is Angie. She was baby number 4. This was her last baby, and she was determined not to have a repeat of any of her other births. Not that they were horrible, but they just weren't quite what she wanted. She took Calm Labor Confident Birth. She came to the weekly coaching hangouts, and she said her favorite tool was the provider communication tools. She wanted a medicated vaginal birth, and she said the courses led me in the right direction to research, so we weren't having to make decisions nervous and uninformed on the fly, and it made for a calm, beautiful birth. Okay, how to overcome the fear of all the unknowns. This is the big one right here. Most birth fears hinge on just not knowing what's happening inside your body, what the nurses are doing, what are they doing in the room, what are they saying, why is my doctor saying that? If you don't know your options, you don't have any. You need more information. That's what you need. So how do you find out the options? It's simple. You do what you're doing right now. You take a birth course. You come to the hangouts if you join mine. You get as educated as possible so you can handle the things that you can control, and you can understand the things that you can't. Knowledge is power, but only if you use it. That's the key. You have to be willing to use it. So my next question for you guys, I told you I was going to be working you tonight. I want you to think on a scale of 1 to 10, how well have you managed to overcome your fears and anxieties about birth? And if you were to completely replace your fears with truths and knowledge about birth, erase all those darn unknowns, what would that change for you? And if you're committed and ready to actively work through your fears and replace them with empowering knowledge, I want you to type truth. All right. You know, I'm not going to move until you guys type something to me. If you're committed to actively working through your fears, these are not fears that you guys can just ignore, right? You have to replace them with knowledge. You can't be afraid of the stages of labor or transition or we were talking about the ring of fire today. You don't have to be afraid of those if you understand them. I love it. Just started. So working on rewiring what women in truth society have ingrained in me. I love it. Yes, you guys bring it. Come on. You guys feed me. Okay. Secret number 3. I got to pop this back on here because I want you guys to really listen. You can actually love your labor. You can actually feel joy and peaceful and happy and excitement during the labor pain. And I know that sounds wackadoodle, but it's so true. You just have to be prepared and understand the pain of labor. The pain of labor, the contractions, that's the big do, right? That's the big thing most people are worried about. So we're going to talk about that. And I'm going to give you guys a couple of my favorite tools. Okay, so first of all, if you have your worksheet, you have some paper, I want you to write down each of these words for the letters in the word pain. So when we're talking about around pain, I want you guys to remember, I keep turning my camera on and off. This pain is different than any other pain you've experienced. When you burn your hand on the stove or you burn your head with a curling iron, you don't flood your body with oxytocin, right? You don't have the love hormone flowing, but the pain of labor has a purpose. And because of that purpose, your body produces its own narcotics and endorphins and hormones that actually make you enjoy the experience. Because what is the purpose of labor? Somebody tell me, what are you getting? It's productive because it's bringing you something incredible. What is it? What do you get at the end? Someone tell me. What's it producing? What's the purpose of the pain and labor? Something pretty amazing, and I have a hint right there on the picture. Where's my students that are participating? There's a lot of you guys in here right now. I should be seeing it flooding. What are you getting? Your baby. Yes, that's right. Chessa, that's right. Life. It is producing life, the most precious, sweet gift you've ever gotten. And each one that you have, such a precious gift. The pain of labor is purposeful and productive. It's also anticipated. It's no lie. You guys know it's coming. You're going to have the pain of labor. So you're prepared for it, right? Things that we anticipate and we know are coming, we can handle. It's also intermittent. That means it comes and goes, comes and goes. It's not steady. You have breaks during labor. It's also necessary. So when we started talking about mindset, I said a lot of women are like, oh my God, I have to go through contractions. I have to do the labor to get to the baby. No, flip that. You get to. What an honor. There's so many women out there that don't get to experience, that want to experience birth. So be honored. This is such a gift, such a purposeful pain. This pain is a pain that you can embrace and actually love. That's why women have more babies. Okay, so here's why you have to embrace the pain of labor. If you embrace it, if you flip your mindset, if you learn the different tools, you learn the way to move your body and you're prepared, then you're going to have less fear. I've already told you fear slows your labor down. It can also stop it, and it can end up putting you in the OR for a C-section. If you are knowledgeable, if you understand the contractions, if you know how to work with them and not against them, you won't be as anxious, and it gives you more control and power during your birth, which leads to a smoother birth. I'm just like such a hand. Oh, I'm such a hand person when I'm talking. So here's how you do that. You have to learn about your body. What is it doing? What are the different stages of labor? What part of body is working when? And how do I work with it? What way do I move my body to make it less painful and help the oxytocin flow? What can I say to myself? What type of mindset techniques and powerful things can I do to respond to the pain of labor so that I don't hinder myself, but I increase the oxytocin and make that sucker go faster? You can actually increase your pain threshold before you step into the room to have the baby. So if you think about this, right? Here's your pain threshold. When you hit your pain threshold, that's when you started thinking, oh my God, this ice is burning. That's your pain threshold. It's the first moment that your brain says, this hurts. That's your pain threshold. We can actually raise it. There are known techniques to raise your pain threshold before you go into the birth room. And that's what I do inside of my classes. Those are the tools that I give you so that if you raise your pain threshold, your pain tolerance will not be hit so fast. If you can raise the pain threshold, it's going to take you a long time to get to where you actually need more help for the pain of labor. And you do this by working with your body, learning how your pelvis works, learning how your pelvic floor works, learning how your hips work, all the different things, the breathing techniques. You have to fill your labor tool bag with practical tools, with mindset tools, with body movement, all the things, coping tools. This was Rachel. She said it was the most painful and intense moment of my life, but I've also the most proud I've ever been of myself. She took Calm Labor Confident Birth course, and she attended the weekly hangouts with me and the doulas. She had her birth plan to labor at home, and she got her unmedicated vaginal birth. So amazing. This was Linda. Linda was a hoot. She lives in Ireland. She was on every hangout. I don't care what time of night it was for her. We do them during the day and night. She was literally there every week, and we all loved her voice. And she said she used the comb. My partner applied counter pressure, and she used breathing and distractions. But her favorite tool that she had was our labor bat signal. So if you join my classes, you have the option to add on a labor bat signal, which is a private chat with me and two doulas from 36 weeks pregnant all the way to 8 weeks postpartum, where we support you in a private group chat during labor at the doctor's office. If you're just freaking out and don't know what to do, if you think your water broke, my girls call it nurse porn. We get pictures of panties to see if it's their water broken. We get tons of mucus plug pictures. We've got a picture one time of one of my mom. You guys, she sent her labor bat signal and she sent a picture. She was sitting on the toilet and her bag of water was coming out of her vagina. We were like, yes, that's the bag of water. Okay, so type birth queen. If you are committed to learning and practicing tools so that you can love your labor experience, I want you guys to love it. I want you to be like, oh my God, Trish, you were so right. I loved my birth. I want to see that. So if you're committed to doing the things, taking charge right now and learning what you can do to manage the pain of labor, if you want to manage it effectively, if you were to master these tools and techniques, including proper breathing, movement, support, how is that going to change your experience? And if you can commit, type birth queen. Yes. Oh my God. Hold up. I'm taking a picture, you guys. I'm taking a picture of this. Oh, that's me. I love seeing this. Okay, type it so I can get a little video of you guys typing birth queen. So that way, when I get to know you guys, I'm going to be like, hey, Talia, hey, Thea, hey, Ariana, remember when you typed birth queen? And you're going to say, yep. And I loved my birth experience. And I'm going to say, told you so. Okay. It's your birth, ladies, but the prep starts right now, not when you have your first contraction, not when labor kicks in. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing, because so many women show up inadequately prepared. And when I have you in the labor room, it's too late. You have to do it now. So you have to do this by taking charge. No more winging it. No more winging it. Yes, you're birth queen, Kendra. You have to invest in your education. If you think that like you don't need to invest in taking a proper birth course, you have fooled yourself. I'm promising you that. I've done it for 16 years. You need to take a proper birth class, and insurance pays for them. They reimburse you for them. So there's literally no reason not to take one. You need to have the proper coping tools. You take your knowledge, you take your coping tools, you use them the right way. And these are mindset tools. They are movements that you can use during labor, breathing techniques. And then you have to understand the stages of labor, because you're not going to use the same tools during early labor that you will during transition. Trust me on that one. And my second time mamas, you'll know. You also have to have an educated support person. That's why if you join my birth classes, I'm going to give you as a bonus for free my birth coach class, because having an educated support person, the studies have shown, improves your likelihood of having an uneventful vaginal delivery. It improves the baby's APGAR scores, because mom's not freaking out, tensing up and holding her breath. She's breathing, she's flowing with her labor. And it also improves the likelihood of you loving your experience. So your educated partner, a doula, whoever can be with you that understands they have to take your birth class, they have to be prepared. They can't just sit on the couch texting and scrolling Instagram. No. Not going to happen, right? Here's why. You will not be surprised if you do all those things, if you take charge, if you educate yourself, if you prepare with tools, fill up your tool bag. If your partner is prepared, you guys are not going to be surprised. You, on the other hand, will lead the decisions, and your partner will be right there next to you, advocating the heck out of it. You're going to feel confident. Your fear and anxiety is out of here. I do this with my students. Okay, if I have a student on a hangout and she's got a fear, well, pull it out, throw it away physically. You're going to know what to do and when to do it. You have to prepare your mind and body. You have to have a plan. Don't let anybody tell you, I don't care what ding dong is telling you, don't do a birth plan. It's just a bad sign. It's bad juju. Don't. You have to prepare and have a plan. You have to apply what you learned. Even if you take my birth class, which I truly believe is the best one out there, you have to be able and willing to use what you've learned so that you can enjoy your birth experience. I'm going to teach you guys something really cool in a minute with that ice, so don't go anywhere. Okay, so this is Brenna. She took the VBAC lab. She knew she needed knowledge for baby number 2. And she had a very traumatic first birth filled with regret. It wasn't a horrible birth and everybody was safe, but she did not have a good one. And she ended up in the OR for a dumb butt reason. She wanted to have a calm and empowered birth. She took the VBAC lab and she got her vaginal delivery. I love it. VBAC stands for vaginal birth after cesarean. Okay, quick little lesson here. Homeschool mom here for you. Okay, so this is your monitor. This is what the strip looks like. You could see the contractions. I've got the hiccups, sorry. You could see the contractions on the top. That's baby. I mean, the baby on the top, we're ignoring that. On the bottom are the contractions. You can see each red line is 1 minute. Each contraction is in between those red lines, right? So they're lasting about a minute. Each of the gray lines are 10 seconds. But what I want you to do, and I want one of you guys to start thinking at the top of the contraction, that is the peak of the contraction. See where I circled it in pink and put a pink arrow? Because I want your eyes going there. This mama is she's had contractions every 2 to 3 minutes, lasting for a minute. But the peak of the contraction is lasting about 10 to 20 seconds. You guys can do anything in 10 to 20 seconds, anything. Trust me. That's when you need your top tools to pull out. That's when it's going to be the most intense. And if you're prepared for that, if you know that it's coming, you have the right tools, you've been educated, you know what to do, you have your labor bat signal, you are going to be able to rock anything for 10 to 20 seconds. In between, you're snoozing, you're resting. Remember, I said it was intermittent. This is one of my students, Ari. She took Calm Labor Confident Birth course. She said, thanks to you and your classes, I was able to empower myself and my husband to make safe and educated decisions for labor. I'm so thankful for stumbling upon your account. Nothing happens coincidentally. It's a reason. You seriously changed lives for women, and I can't thank you enough for that. Oh, that means just so much. I teach over 50 tools for coping in Calm Labor Confident Birth class and the VBAC lab. So we're going to use a couple right now. Get your ice ready, ladies. I'm going to get my timer back out. Let me know. Somebody tell me when you have your ice ready. Once I see a couple, we'll get started. You guys are going to get a replay as well. Go back and do this with your partner. Have them do this ice trick as well. It's a really powerful tool. And look at me. I'm sticking to under an hour. Anybody have ice yet? Where are you at, ladies? Some of you guys are super quiet. There are so many of you guys on here not chatting. All right, we're going to start. I think Talia told me she has her ice. Okay, I want you guys this time. I want you to grab your ice. Let me get rid of my slides. Don't grab it yet. Hold on for 1 second. I want you guys to see me better. I want you to grab your ice. And this time, I want you to close your eyes and relax your hand down by your side. Relax your shoulders. Take a nice deep breath in and out. Relax those shoulders. You are so incredibly amazing. I am so proud of you for coming tonight. I am just over the moon proud of you. Take another deep breath in and out. Out loud, I want you to say, I am a birth queen, but relax those shoulders, relax them down, relax your head down. Just let your head wobble, let your arm hang. Take another deep breath in and out. Release all the fear, the anxiety, and I want you to visualize that baby right on your chest. I want you to say out loud, oh, there we go, we're done. Okay, now I want you guys again to tell me, how did that feel? Did that feel different? Was that different than the first time? For those of you guys who did it with me the first time? Yes, Jenny, they are amazing and strong. Did that feel different to you guys? Any different than the first time? I combined a couple of the tools and techniques that we use in the birth class. And I've been doing this test. I've done it with thousands and thousands of women. Yes, so much better, right? A lot more manageable. And that was literally like the most simple tools. I teach you guys practical tools that will help you be distracted, Poppy, that will help you manage the pain, and will help you achieve escape. That's the whole goal. The whole goal. Yes, shift in focus was big. I love it. Here's what didn't change. The intensity of the pain of that cold ice was exactly the same. We did it for a minute the first time, a minute the second time, because that's how long a typical labor contraction lasts. And I want you guys to see that you can do it with the right tools, with the right education, and with a support person on your side. When you join my classes, you get me as well. You don't just get left out there to deal with it on your own. So let's recap. You're going to change what you believe about birth. Stop thinking it's something you have to get through, and say, yes, I get to do it. It's an honor. Understand the pain of labor. It's purposeful, it's productive, it's anticipated, it's intermittent, it's necessary. Deal with your fears by educating yourself, by understanding your body, by knowing what happens when you get to triage, by knowing what happens in the labor room, who's going to be in your room, what are they doing, so that when they rush in your room, you already know it and you're not scared. Don't wing your birth, be prepared. That's the biggest thing. So some of the big frustrations, right? Lack of proper guidance and support. Your doctors don't really educate you guys. I'm sure you know that. They rush into your appointment, they rush out, and then you're left feeling like there's too much unknown. You know in your gut, like, I'm not as prepared as I need to be, and you want to have a beautiful birth. You don't want to leave feeling what ifs or traumatized. So I want you guys to close your eyes, okay? This is something I really love doing. I love visualization. It's one of my favorite things. Close your eyes and take a deep breath. And I want you guys to clear your minds and imagine just 3 days from now, right? You're confidently discussing your birth plan with your partner or your support person. You're feeling excited and knowledgeable and empowered, and know that you have the knowledge and support to make the informed decisions you need to. Now, jump forward. You just birthed your precious baby, and the doctor just laid the baby on your chest. You smell the smell of a newborn. Oh my God, you guys, breathe it in. You hear those sweet little cries. You can hear your partner crying of excitement. Your nurse is singing happy birthday to your baby, and you navigated your labor with confidence and calmness, surrounded by support. You're feeling strong and capable, and you know that you had a profound connection with your body, and you feel a mix of awe and joy. And this is the moment you prepared for. Now, picture yourself 12 months from the birth, and you're celebrating your baby's first milestones, first birthday. You're feeling proud and confident in your journey. And you've grown not just in your role as a mama, but also as a powerful advocate for your body and your baby. This is what happens when you take control, when you start making the decisions. So I hope if you resonate with me, if I've resonated with you tonight and you are ready to take some next steps, let me share what I have for you guys. And then I'm going to give you guys a gift, and you guys can go back to bed, because I can tell you we can make that a reality. I hope that gives me chills, right? When you focus on the baby on your chest. I get so distracted, you guys. I can't look at the chat room. Okay, so here's the choice you're faced with right now. You can keep trying to figure it all out on your own, winging it through your pregnancy and labor, hoping your doctor will tell you what to do, hoping that your nurse will have time to really assist you, or you can lean on a proven method. You've got everything it takes to make your birth experience great. You're passionate, you're ready to learn, but you don't have to do it alone. So why not follow a roadmap that's already been laid out for you? 16 years of high-risk labor and delivery nurse, mama of 7. I've been in the thick of it, both professionally and personally. I know what works. I know how to make it easier for you. So why not make it easier on yourself? Tap into this experience and let me show you what I have for you. So you are invited to turn my years of labor and delivery experience into your best birth. So if you're committed and I resonate with you, then I want to be the one that guides you. I want to take your hand and I want to come alongside you. So you're invited into Calm Labor Confident Birth class or into the VBAC lab. It's your choice which one's best for you. Let me tell you what you're going to get if you jump into one of them. And I have a special sale for you guys tonight. You're going to get 10 modules, videos, and text training 2 bonus modules. You're going to have the welcome and onboarding. You are going to feel so confident when you get done. You're going to know how to navigate those early decisions, setting the stage for a healthy pregnancy. You'll be prepared and proactive with comprehensive knowledge, practical strategies. You're going to have a deep understanding of the labor process, demystify all the unknowns, and you're going to have effective tools and techniques at your disposal for all your babies because you get a lifetime access. We also walk through the unexpected. Maybe you get diagnosed with GDM or GBS positive. You'll be ready to handle each of those unexpected turns and make informed decisions. That's the really important part. You're also going to be in control, knowing about the testing that we do during pregnancy, at the end of pregnancy. And if for some reason a C-section is best for you, I'm going to teach you how to have a beautiful family-centered, gentle C-section where you get to make the decisions. And then we also have some modules that help you debrief your birth, process anything that maybe you didn't really enjoy, or maybe you feel some what ifs about. And after completing the course, you're going to feel completely prepared, deeply understood by me and my team of doulas. Okay, so you're also going to get some checklists, some guides, some ebooks. You can download these to your GoodNotes or to your tablet or print them. And I do this for my multisensory learners. I'm a homeschool mom for a long time. So you've got birth and baby checklists, stay organized, get prepared. I love checklists. You have your companion ebook and printable affirmations and mantras and things for your partner. These tools are designed to enhance your preparation and your confidence to get you ready. You're also going to get bonus number 1 is the birth coach class. We give this because after taking this class, your birth partner is going to be more than just supportive. I'm going to teach your birth partner exactly what to do. So they're not one of those partners that get made fun on Instagram saying they were just sitting and complaining about the couch. They're going to know and have the skills to effectively navigate your birth process, support you, and advocate for you. And after taking the class, they're going to feel as confident and ready as you. I also want them doing all your classes. Bonus number 2 is our postpartum recovery roadmap. When you take this one, you're going to be adequately prepared for your postpartum and what comes after childbirth. You'll know everything you need for healing physically, emotionally, mentally. After completing the class, you're going to feel prepared, informed, and ready to enjoy your brand new beginnings with your baby. Speaking of your baby, bonus number 3, if you join tonight, you're also going to get our Newborn Academy. So you'll feel confident and have the parenting skills that the normally really anxious first weeks, you're going to be able to bond and be at ease because you're going to understand how to be confident to take care of this brand new little human because you are bringing a human home. Okay, I'm so confident that you'll see the results and be so happy with these birth courses and the bonuses that if you're not happy, I'll refund your money. So you have 14 days to check it out. You literally have nothing to lose. You also can get reimbursed by most insurance companies. We can help you walk through that after you join. And some HSA and FSA actually pays upfront for the birth class, but all of them reimburse for it. Now, if you guys join in the next 48 hours, because I'm a gift giver, I am giving you guys my fast action bonus, which is my brand new birth plan mastery. It's a workshop where I help you put your birth plan together. And if I must say, the most beautiful visual birth plan template you will ever see. We hired an artist who designed most of the art for it. It is literally gorgeous. And you can use it for all your babies. All of my classes you have lifetime access to. So for all the babies. So if you join tonight, you're going to get Calm Labor Confident Birth course with a value of $997, weekly calls with me and my doulas, which is a value of $697. They're on Zoom, they're face-to-face. We get to know you. We actually know you guys and love you guys. You're going to get your ebook, your checklist, your printables, a value of $47, community with access to the birth pros, $297, the birth coach class, $197, postpartum recovery, $197, the birth coach class, that's wrong. The Newborn Academy for $197. And you're also going to get 30 days free in my membership, and you can cancel it anytime. After the 30 days, it's $19 a month for an insane amount of value, workshops, so many things, and a lot more hangouts with us as well. So the total value is $3,323. And imagine, would an investment of $3,323 be worth it to have your dream birth? Of course it would, but I'm not asking you for that much. So you can join tonight by one payment of $197 by hitting the button that I put up. You can go to labornursemama.com/join. You can also join by paying just $67, 3 payments of $67 by going to labornursemama.com/67. The best value is the one payment of $197, but we want it to be accessible to all of you guys. And if you're struggling with coming up even with 67, send me an email, because I am so passionate about coming alongside you. Now, if you're doing the one payment, you want to use the birth code birth prep 100 to get $100 off. If you join in the next 48 hours, you're going to get the entire kit and caboodle plus my birth plan mastery workshop, which is so amazing. You're going to get access to me, and I'll see you on the weekly hangouts. Does anybody have any questions? Yes, Poppy, your insurance will reimburse you. We give you a form when you join that you can fill out and attach. If you need any help filling it out with all the medical lingo, I can help you. Many times your HSA and FSA will pay for it up front, but almost 99% of the time they'll reimburse you if they pay for a birth class. Most of them do. And they do that because it costs them less money. Focusing on the prize of the baby on my chest made the pain feel so much less. Yes, Diana, you're going to experience that soon. Okay, you guys, I have 1 minute before it's an hour, and I promised you I would not keep you over an hour. So I'm keeping my word. All right, you guys, make sure you join. You're going to get some emails with replays and some telling you all about the offer. I want to see your faces, your sweet, sweet faces, and your big old bellies inside the group this week. All right, you guys, have a fantastic night. I am so happy you guys were here. I can't wait to get to know you better and be on this journey with you. Good night.